To start off with, I wouldn't mention that direct sellers is coming to Australia yet, just because even though it's 100% coming, um, when we spoke to Kevin and John the first time round, and we said to them that we're building a team and we've got people over there, and Kevin kind of put his fingers in his ears. He's like, I don't want to know, I don't want to know, I don't want to know. So it's people do know that it's happening, but if you're going to post something on your wall, post it. Don't mention that it's coming to Australia, and I would say don't mention direct sellers. Mention a wine club, mention a business, mention an opportunity, mention about time freedom and financial freedom and all the other bits and pieces. But until we've got given that date, and until we've got that date, I would not mention direct sellers in Australia, and I wouldn't mention that it's in Australia. Literally speak about the countries that it's in, as in the States and over here. But by all means, post on your walls about your excitement and how much fun you're having and the social side of things, and just keep it generic, because people buy into people. It's not a case of people buying into a company or people buy into a product as such, but the fact that we've got such a strong product, people will always look at it. But what you don't want to become is a robot on your social media, because your friends know you as being you. And then if you start copy and pasting posts that don't sound like you, then they're going to be like, well, hold on a minute, this doesn't sound like it's such and such. It feels like they've been warped and they're part of a cult and this, that and the other. But if you're always yourself, and it's the fact that you're excited and people understand the language that you're speaking, then they're going to buy into you. And that's what I've always done when I've done like network marketing before. And I remember when I was in a previous company, I had to travel to Ireland a lot. And you used to see people get up on stage and there'd be like these really fancy dresses and shirts and ties and whatever else. And it was a health and wellness company. So anytime that I went up on stage, I had t-shirt, shorts and a baseball cap on, just because people knew me for being a fitness professional, and it was a health and wellness company. So if I went up on stage in a suit, it changes the person that I am. So if you're used to wearing tracksuit bottoms, or if you're used to wearing shoes, or if you're used to wear it, the wine business is slightly different, because when we do go to events, it gives you the chance to dress up. But don't ever change who you are as a person, because, as I said, you're connected with people on there that know you, that know your background, that know your family, that know what you're into. And if they see that you're having fun, and they see that you can be you, and they can see that you can, work in the hours that you've got, then they'll buy into that. Because what you don't want to do is, make out that you've been up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you're going to bed at 11 o'clock at night, and you feel so tired, but you're having fun. And because straight away then people will be like, yeah, but she's having fun, but she's not got a life, or he's got a life, sorry. So just make out that, that you're always pumped up, that you're always excited, that you're always motivated. However, if part of your day requires you to get up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning, and part of your day requires you not to go to bed until 11, great. That is who you are as a person. So never change, as I said, never change who you are as a person with this. But yeah, I mean, I would say they're the two biggest things with regarding compliance, is not to mention DC and not to mention Australia yet, just because, we all know that there's haters out there and there's people out there that will try and do anything that they can to get direct sellers into trouble. So if we can keep it all above board, and if we can keep it all 100%, then Tony's going to be happy, Kevin's going to be happy, and the company are going to be happy. One of the reasons that I got in was because compliance was their number one, and that's something that Kevin Thompson, who is arguably the world's leading attorney for network marketing, will announce in his speech on Saturday. And he said that at the first event in Vegas, he said that he's never ever spoken at a network marketing event before in his life, but the reason that he's joined or partnered up with direct sellers is because of their compliance. And he said he never ever gets any of them go to him and say, look, can we do this? If we done this, can we get away with this? And how can we get around this? And if we didn't do that, can we do this? They know what they need to do. And as David said last night on the call, they've all had huge success on their own, but together the four of them are unbreakable. And you add Kevin Ralston into that now and his executive team, you know, it's only going to go. It's only going to go up. It's only going to go forwards. It's only going to get bigger and stronger. So, you know, we're in a very, very strong position. You guys are absolutely smashing it at the moment. It's so much like, it's so fun for me, and it's so like enjoyable for me to see everybody grow individually, and you know, to get the emails through and to see like what's going on. So whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it. It's working. So yeah, as I said, like as me and Christy said, sorry, me and Alicia said, like while I was away, that I wanted to give you guys a chance to feel part of your own team rather than always getting on the UK calls or the company calls, because at the end of the day, you guys have created your own team, and I wanted to give you guys some time away from everyone else, because you're in a different position than what we're at the moment, in the fact that you're not open and you're not getting the wine, but you're building the business and you're getting the commissions. So every first Sunday we'll get on a call like this, and I can keep you updated, and we'll go through some training, and we'll open it up as a Q&A. And if you wanted to do that, as I said, twice a month, then I'm more than happy to do that. So yeah, I mean, other things with regards to compliance, I don't think there's too much more. They are quite relaxed to a degree. But again, any other country, I mean, already I've seen like loads of posts that are going out, and who do you know in Germany? Which is fine, you know, as long as you don't mention Direct Sellers is going to Germany. But there's nothing stopping you saying, have I got any contacts in Germany? You know, who do I know in Germany? Does anyone in Germany like wine? You know, you can name that, you can put stuff like that, because it's not mentioning Direct Sellers. One other thing that I would, and again, this is me personally, other people might have success with it, but I never put anything in MLM groups. The only reason is because there's like tens of thousands of people in some of these groups, and it's the same stuff every single minute of the day. It's just, you know, you get some people go in there and they'll put something like, I'm looking for a new business opportunity, what have you got? And everyone just posts their link, and it's just like, oh my God. So you're better off going through your contact list and messaging people privately. And as I said, just make your posts about you. Not everything has to be about business as well. You know, yes, you can post that you've had a hard day and you're enjoying a glass of wine, but if you go to the gym, put about the gym. If you're going out for, like with the kids for a day, if you're going shopping, if you bought a new pair of shoes, if you go and watch the football, you know, I've always said that Facebook is a storybook, and that's exactly what it is. And yes, I post a lot on there, but it's my way of marketing myself as a person and as an individual. And where I've worked with other people before in other businesses, their whole wall is just business, and it's just spam, basically. No one's getting to see who they are as a person. They've just seen this person that's been kind of pulled into this business opportunity, and all they're doing is every hour they're posting, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, and it's just like, it's not going to work. So yeah, I hope that helps. Do you want to do the questions at the end, or do you want to do it as and when?
Yeah, we can do question and answers. Like, I just unmute yourself. The other thing I just wanted with pages, so we can obviously have a Facebook page. Yep. You can't mention direct sellers in it or have the logos and stuff like that. That's right, isn't it?
What, you've got a private group?
No, if you've got like a business page, you know how you can have a business page?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
On a business page, you could...
I don't think you can have direct sellers anywhere in it, because obviously they want to protect their brand, but you can have it like wine with Alicia or...
Yeah. You just have to write on there that you are a direct sellers representative. That's the words you must write on there. You can't make it seem like... Yeah, you can't make it seem like you've got your own wine club, that you are a representative of direct sellers. And you can't use the direct sellers like logo in your picture or your cover photo.
Yeah.
So if anyone's got any of that, might pay to change them, please.
It probably would be best then before we launch to not, because if people then associate you with Australia, not to mention wine club direct sellers, like just have it as a page. You can even just be talking about wine. and have an opportunity, and just so that you're protecting yourself against the whole not putting direct sellers in Australia in the same boat on Facebook until we launch. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just covering yourselves and covering us as a company. I mean, there's not been too many problems that I can think of where people have been brought up. I know Raz posted something the other day and got told off, so I don't know what he posted. But like I said, it's more about people. Like, it's more about jealousy than anything else. There'll be people watching what everyone's doing, and if they can get a company in trouble, then they'll try and do everything they can to do it. But this is why Tony and his team are so good at what they do, is because as soon as they see something that doesn't sit well with them, you know, they'll get hold of you and they'll let you know, and they'll just say, look, take that down, change it. But moving forward, it'll all be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I still don't know a date. I think once the New York event's out of the way, it gives them a little bit more time to look at it. Like I said to you on calls before, and I know like it's probably the same thing that I'm saying all the time, but it's 100% happening. And as Ross said on the call on Wednesday, the corporate call, Germany and Australia are the next two countries that are going to be opening. So it's going to be 5 countries by the end of 2018. So once we've got that date, as I said, like, you guys literally will be the first people to know. And then it's literally like hell for leather with that. So again, as soon as we've got a date, we'll get it out there, and then that's when we can really start ramping up activity, ramping up more opportunity calls. If you guys wanted additional training calls, then we'll look at that as well. But I mean, we've only been open just over 2 months officially in the UK, and everything's going like very, very well. So yeah, it's all good, it's all fun. So has anyone got any questions that they want to throw at me now, or does anyone want to go through anything? Speak now.
Just open it up, guys. Like, I probably want to, like, you know, I feel because we've got a lot of new people in the team, and I feel that it can sometimes get overwhelming with the whole "we're not open yet" blah blah blah. It's kind of just focusing on the fact we are opening. Ignore that part of it. We are opening, and just focus on building your business. And when it happens, it happens. And you know, with the UK, you guys were told you were going to open in May, and it didn't happen till September or August. So it's good they're not giving us a date. Good.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I look at it is the same as what we had in the UK. The longer there is until the date's there, the more master sellers we can create, or the more stories we can create, let's say. So again, like I said on the previous call, let's say, for example, that March is the date. Now, that gives us between now and March to get as many people dual team qualified as we can, to help as many people go 3 for free, to help as many people get their investment back, and to help as many people push up the ranks as possible. Because then when that date does get announced, on day one, we can say, Australia has already broken X amount of master sellers. Australia has already enabled X amount of people to get their investment back. Australia has already helped X amount of people get free wine moving forward. So it's all, as I said, it's all very strong. And the 2 things I asked Shayo, Shayo told me 2 things on that call back in December. Number 1, it was wine. Number 2, it was network marketing. I didn't know anything else. I didn't want to know anything else until then. But I was in. That was it for me. So I paid my money. I got in. I didn't know when it was going to open. I knew it was going to be in 2017. I knew nothing about the leadership. I knew absolutely nothing about the founders, how long it had been going, how it works, the compensation plan, like literally nothing. All I knew and all I got in for was the fact that it was wine and it was network marketing. And yes, we had like frustrations, because when Jefferson was on calls and when Austin was on calls, it was a case of, well, we're going to be opening in 30 to 60 days. We're going to be opening in this. And we ramped up our activity massively. Myself and Ben were doing 6 opportunity calls a week. And we was averaging like 30 people on a call. And it just went unbelievable. Like, people were joining like every single day like they are now. And it got to it got to the proposed date and there was nothing, and it was another 30 days and it was nothing, and then it was the 1st of June and June passed, and then we had to call out corporate, and they then turned around to us and said, look, we've never said anything about dates, we don't know where this has come from. So it kind of died down a little bit, and there's some people that have unfortunately kind of like left, which is still bizarre, because I can't see why anyone would leave before business started. But as soon as we got that date of August, and as soon as we then got the date that the wine's going to be starting to be shipped in September, it all went crazy again. So if you're new on this call tonight, be excited. That's literally all I can say to you, is be excited, because I went 9 months without receiving any wine. And yes, I was paying out money for something that I something that I didn't get, but I was building a business. And again, like I've said on previous calls, but if you are new to this call tonight, if you get in one new business partner per month, you're still making profit. And that's the way that you've got to look at it. Yes, there's loads of training videos out there now, and there's loads of groups, and there's loads of this, and there's loads of that. But if you're finding that you can't get on anything and it's all getting too much for you, do what you can. I'm involved with probably about 50 groups, and I'm not over exaggerating, and I literally couldn't keep up while I was away. But what I can't do today, I'll do tomorrow. What I can't do this week, I'll do next week. And as long as you stick to, as long as your why and the reason that you got in is always your main focus, whether or not it's to create that secondary income, whether it's to create that time freedom where you don't have to rush around like a blue-ass fly, where you don't have to work 2 jobs, where you don't have to work 7 days a week, where you don't have to work 12 hours a day. As long as you always remember the reason that you got involved with this, then everything else becomes second nature. This is a part-time opportunity, and anyone that tells you they do this full-time, they don't. You do not need to do 40 hours a week of being a network marketer. You really don't. And especially if your goal is to make an additional $500 a month, you can do that in an hour a day. Now, everyone's got an hour a day, but again, if you get a day where literally everything goes against you and you literally haven't got the time to do, anything, who cares? Do what you can do in the time that you've got with you, basically. And that's what happened to me on Thursday, is that we flew back on Wednesday morning. Wednesday we sorted the house out all day. Thursday night was going to be my night where I watched videos and caught up, and then obviously we had that bloody leak and whatever else. But that's life. Things happen, and I didn't get stressed about it. I didn't get worried about it, because that is more important. If I was sitting downstairs watching videos or Tara was sorting the house out, we would have been divorced. And I'm like, obviously, like a leader in the company, and I've got a team of just over 500 people now. So if you're new to this, do what you need to do. If you're struggling, then reach up to your upline. But what I love about network marketing, and what I love about like the world as such, is that every single person is different. Every single person has got a different goal. Every single person has got a different lifestyle. Every single person's got a different personality. Every single person's got a different job, in the fact that some people are, more on a building site, or you work in an office, or you work in a gym, or you're an air hostess, or whatever else. So every single person has got different pockets of time to do what they're good at. Now, some people may be good at social media. Some people may prefer face-to-face. Some people may prefer Zoom calls. Some people may prefer parties. Work to your strengths. Don't worry about your weaknesses as such, because you can always improve on them like bit by bit. But work to your strengths. If you're someone that loves hosting, parties, or you love getting the girls round, or you love going out for a drink with the guys and whatever else, feel confident and feel excited about talking about this business. Because at the end of the day, and again, one thing that's always frustrated me with this is that this is our own business. And I was chatting to my dad last night, and he said to me, well, £200 is a hell of a lot of money to get involved in this, isn't it? And I ended up having a massive argument with him, because I said to him, if you was to open a conventional business, then it's going to cost you at least 10 grand. You need, at least 10 grand. And that's for like a tiny little business. There's a guy that owns our gym. He's already invested £200,000. He's extending the gym at the end of the year, and he's going to invest another £200,000. So that's 400 grand that he's put into this. Will he see it back? I don't know. But you pay out 200 quid or $250, you get your best mate involved with it, you're halfway there. And that's it. There is no overheads. There is no, no costs. So feel proud about being involved as a business owner. It is exactly the same as owning your own salon or owning your own gym or being a carpenter or a builder or whatever else, but it's just cheaper. And people will always try and put you down, and my mates do it all the time. And again, there's a group of us in a chat group, and yesterday there was, was taking a piss and whatever else, but I gave it back to them just as much as I got, because I believe in what I'm doing. And if I listen to my mates, they're not going to help me pay my bills. They're not going to help me create a life that I want to live, and they're not going to take me to places that I want to go to. So yes, I love them to bits, and they'll always be my mates. But as far as business is concerned, I'll let them do what they need to do, but I know what I need to do, and that is to create time freedom for myself and for Tara, and to be able to do the things that we want to do. So, yes, you'll get days where not everything goes your way, and yes, you'll get more rejections than people that will support you and that will be excited. But you learn from it every single day. I mean, I still get so many no's from everyone, but I stay focused, I stay committed, I stay motivated, and I know where this is going to go. And if I said no back in December, and I looked at it now, and I see the likes of you guys like building and having fun and creating a secondary income, and I look at Shaya, what she's doing, and Ben and Raz and Andy and Crystal and Maria and all the other ones, I would literally be kicking myself. So for the sake of a couple of £100, where you can quite easily spend that going away for a weekend, or going out and just throwing it down the drain, invest £200 into yourself, create a little bit of time for yourself. And when you speak to people about it, ask them what they want out of life, because I think posture and the way that we speak to people can play a massive part as well. And if you break this down, and if you've got people that that need help, or you've got people that that need to make a change in their life, talk to them about that. Ask them about what would an extra $200 a month mean to you and your family? Where do you want to go with this? What do you want to do in 5 to 10 years' time? Because the majority of people that are just in a normal conventional business end up going backwards. They don't stay where they are, or they certainly don't go forward, because there's more stress year on year. If you work a 9 to 5, it ends up being like 7 till 7. You end up having to work weekends. You get more depressed because life just moves faster and faster and faster. And before you know it, you're 5 years down the line. So again, every single person on this call has made a commitment to themselves and their family to make some kind of change to their lives. Now, all you've got to remember is that this is pre-day one. So whatever happens between now and day one, you can't control. But the fact that you've now got in already gives you the chance to help other people, is to stop you paying out money every month, and to create a little bit of additional money before day one. So this is something that I really, really would get excited about now, because we created such a buzz, and everywhere I go now, people say, are you still doing that wine business? Hell yeah. I'll be saying that literally for many, many, many years now. And I spoke to David when I was away, and I said to him, look, I'll give you my word, I'm staying with this company all the time it's in existence, because I literally can see this going to places where I literally could only dream of. And many of my mates and many of people on social media always turn around to me and say, well, how are you so positive all the time? How are you so motivated all the time? It's because I don't put negative shit on there. I've had problems in the past, trust me. I mentioned on a team call a few months ago that I'm owed in excess of like 15 grand from so-called mates that I've helped out in the past that I'll never get back again. I've had like failed relationships where I've been told lies where, and again, this has never been said before, but I'm always honest and upfront with everyone, is that in a previous relationship, we split up because of a so-called miscarriage, but it turned out to be an abortion, and she ended up sleeping with 3 or 4 different people. So, you know, my life has not been straightforward that everyone makes out to be, but social media can be a great platform, because even if you're having one of the hardest days and one of the biggest struggles that you've ever come across, it's quite easy to turn the computer on, to go onto Facebook and be, oh my God, my life is amazing. And people will be like, oh my God, like, what are they up to now? So I use social media to relate, like to get rid of my stress, if anything else. Yes, I get stressed, and, you know, yes, I get tired, but it all goes back to that people by people. If I go onto social media on a Monday morning and, oh my God, another week's going to begin, and I hope my life gets so much better now because I can't take this anymore, I'm not going to get messages in inbox saying, oh, let me come and join your wine business. It sounds like you're having so much fun. But if I wake up at 5 o'clock on a Monday morning and I put something like, get up, be happy, make today your day, people are going to want to know what I'm doing to be so cheerful at 5 o'clock on a Monday morning. So it's all about how much that you want this. It's all about how much you believe in yourself and in your own ability. And it's how much that you want to make a difference and make a change into yours and your family's life. So I'll throw that back over to you, Alicia, just to start before I start.
Oh, you're so motivating. I love it. Okay, I think George had a question. George, are you there? Do you want me to?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go
Thank
ahead,
you,
George.
Alicia.
That's all right, George.
Just going back to, you were mentioning Germany and Australia and Next. I was just wondering how many people are already signed up in Germany, because I have a prospect in Germany that I'm trying to bring on board.
I would, again, I don't know what goes on outside of like our team, but within our UK wine gang group, less than 5. So okay. I'd be very surprised if there's less than a handful in from Germany at the moment.
Okay.
You know, I don't know what Austin and Nina and whatever the others have got up their sleeves, but again, I've always been one of these people that what goes on outside of our team is just noise, and you know, I love Austin and love others to bits.
I just thought you might have had an idea, because you said Germany and then Australia. I thought maybe Germany might been a little bit more progressed than Australia.
I haven't heard anything else yet. I mean, when I went out for lunch with David last month, all he said to me was that they paid for a leader to come over from a country to run through everything that they needed to run through, and they paid for that leader to go back. Now, whether that person flew in from Australia or whether that person flew in from Germany, I don't know. I don't know which country is going to be next. I would have thought Germany is easier to open.
Yeah.
Again, I might be wrong, but the fact that Australia is in the next 2 countries and it is going to be imminent is, you know, this is where now we can really start building. Because it's crazy. Because again, some people even turn around to me now and say, "Well, I've missed the boat." No, you haven't. It's just laziness. So yeah, I mean, I don't know in terms of like how many people are involved from Germany, but like I said, if there's only like 500-600 people from the UK, and there's only 60 odd from Australia, then like I said, it might not have even touched double figures yet.
Yeah. Okay.
I reckon it's just probably that it's easier. Like Europe would be easier to open than Australia, I'd say. Zanny, where are you, lovely? You had a question?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Miss Zanny.
My question is actually about the UK tour, and who is it targeting, and what kind of event is it? Given that the UK is open, I think it's probably a good thing for us to try promote as well, and try to get some customers on board so our shipments are free. Paul, can you tell us a little bit more about the UK tour? Did you get that?
Yep, I did.
You're internet girl.
Yeah, so it's going to be a four city tour. Brighton or Essex, hopefully Brighton because it's only 10 minutes down the road. Bristol, Leeds and Edinburgh. It's going to be a 2-hour train or 2-hour event. I believe PJ and Kevin are both going to be over. I don't know if Ross is coming over as well, but I definitely know that PJ will be over. It's the first time that he's come over. There'll be a wine tasting event going on, and then there'll be some training, and PJ will probably give like an overview of the company and where it's going to go, and give some insights of exactly like the progression and the history of direct sellers. So in terms of getting people there and who to target, anyone, literally anyone, whether they're interested in the business or whether they are looking to just get in as a customer. I think that anyone that goes to that event will end up getting in some way, shape or form. I'll be going to the Brighton event or the Essex event or wherever it is, but I'll be going to the one on the Saturday. I wanted to go to Leeds, but I forgot it was Tara's birthday, so she's not letting me go. And then the other events, I can't get back. But I know that Ben's going to be in Leeds and in Edinburgh as well. So if you've got people in any of those areas, then I'm more than happy to help or to host where I am on the Saturday, and I'm pretty certain that Ben or Raz or any of the other guys will be happy to host with that as well. So yeah, that I would say that this is going to be the last or the only tour they'll do before the official launch. Again, we haven't.
So is that a paid event or how just open?
It's all free, but everyone, like, people need to register, and there's links in the group. So it's I mean, we want to try and again, if we can get good numbers at every single event, then people will see just how good it is. And again, the London event that we went to, it initially was going to be, there was certain criteria that you had to meet. I think it was 5 personals to be invited to that event, but then they literally opened it up to everyone, and it was just like a brilliant event. The room was stunning. It was a great wine tasting event. It was good to meet everyone and to see how everyone was getting on. And what I loved about it the most was that it was just a team. There was no pockets of teams. There was none of this cross-line stuff. Everyone spoke to everyone. Everyone sat with everyone. And this is how I can see like Australia building as well. It's not about an area. It's not about teams within teams. It's about a country. And we as the UK are working so closely together to get this off the ground and to expand out into Europe and across the world. And again, I was speaking to my dad last night, and he was talking about other countries that open. Binary system we know is 2 legs, left or right. So it's up to us to get out there, and if we want to own a country, go out there and find a leader and let the leader go out and do the work. So I think there's going to be a lot more events going on throughout the UK next year. Obviously, there'll be an event in Australia. There'll be an event in Germany. America, they do events like pretty much on a daily basis at the moment. I mean, they're very slick. They know exactly what they're doing. And again, like I've said it before, that I've got just as much confidence in Kevin Rouston than I've got in Tara, because everything that he's done, he's met. I was listening to the call last night with David, and he just excites me the way that he speaks. And he's someone that's had such huge success with himself. And I think I mentioned on like this call before that he used to be a consultant for numerous American companies and travelled all over the country. And he was the one that approached the guys 60 days into a 90-day contract and said, look, I want to give up everything else that I do and come on board with you guys full time. I want to be the president. I want to be the one that leads this forward. And, there's people watching what we're doing, and I get messages from other leaders in other companies asking how it's going. And, it's just the beginning. This is, when I got involved with the health and wellness company, I think it had been going for about 5 years, maybe 4 or 5 years, and there was 3.5 million people involved, and there was still people making like a ton of money from doing this. We've not even been going, like, as I said, in the UK, we've only been going for 2 months, and there's already people making like good money. I mean, last month I made more money from direct sellers than I did in my monthly wage at the gym, and I wasn't even here for 3 weeks. So this is the power of network marketing, and the fact that if you want to create a different life, then just stick to it. and just do what you need to do and get people to events and get people on the call. And you know, one thing that I've mentioned before is that if any of you guys need me to do any Zoom calls, whether it's private or whether it's group Zoom calls, if you want me to work with you, and you know, if I can help any of you guys progress and develop, and you know, feel free to message me, connect with me, because I know I've offered it before, but I really do mean it. There's nothing better for me than helping other people, and that goes back from my whole like fitness career, and being able to get someone to get into a dress or a pair of jeans that they never could do, or getting people to get under a certain amount of weight, or to run a marathon, or to lift a certain amount of weights. And again, the same with this, is that there's no better feeling than seeing someone smile because they've succeeded in life. And so many people have tried networking before, and so many people have failed, but I think they've failed because they've not really had a clear indication of what to do and where to go. You know, people get people in, and it's a case of, well, you know, what do I do now? So going back to the training that we've done like last month or the month before last, is a case of holding that person's hand for the first 7 days, telling them exactly what they need to do or what they need, like should be doing. And if you can offer that newest person the chance to get on some freeway calls, or to meet some people in person with them, and just share your excitement as well, then this is where it's going to build. And I was speaking to someone in the week, and yes, it's great that you can go out and recruit 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people, or, you know, 400 and something, whatever this Lair Lightner's done. But you will get more satisfaction out of helping 9 people get 9. And you'll earn more money from doing it, and you'll have a stronger team by doing it, and you'll have more confidence in yourself, because yes, you've helped only 9, but 9 is a massive number in network marketing. But if you've helped those 9 people get 9 people, you've got 9 master sellers in your team. I think Lair Lightner, when she had 400 people in, I think she only had like a handful of master sellers. It was, it's not duplicatable. So don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Don't worry about like what I'm doing, or Alicia's doing, or Christy's doing. Do what you need to do for yourself. And if your goal is to get 1 person in per month, great. Because over the course of like 9 months, you've got master seller. So within the space of your first year of being in business, and for many people it's their first year of their first business, you've hit the top of the compensation plan. I've never done it before I've done this one. But if that is your goal, to hit the top of the compensation plan, don't worry about doing it in your first week. Don't worry about doing it in your first month. Worry about doing it in your first year. Because then if you can help 9 other people do the same, you are in a very, very strong position. And again, don't look at where you are in the first month of this. This is a 3 to 5 year plan. I've always said this. This is a 3 to 5 year plan. So many people jump from business to business to business to business to business, and they just leave a trail of like mass destruction. Some people succeed, but that's because they've done it before and they've had huge success before. But I want to be someone that in 10 years' time is still involved with this business, that has got a team of like thousands of people from all around the world, and I get on calls and I travel all over the world, and we enjoy what we're doing. Because too many people quit because they're stressed. People get involved with networking to create less stress. But then if you're telling people, right, you need to be on this call, you need to attend this meeting, and you need to read this, and you need to do that, they're just going to like run a mile. But if you tell people that all I want you to do is write a list of like 10 to 15 people that you know, people that you trust, people that you respect, offer them the opportunity. If you then go to another 10 to 15 people that are like close friends of you, and that know that they'll always support you in whatever you do, get them on as a customer. Because as soon as you stop that auto ship, and as soon as you've got your first 2 people in, your whole posture changes. You kind of, being this timid individual that is scared to go to your friend and ask them to give you money, to this person that's like, this actually works. This is not a scam. This is not a con. This is not a rip-off. This is not a pyramid scheme. This is something that all my friends are doing, and they're having fun doing it. And that is what the events are like. And like Alicia, you and Mel will see that like next week. It literally, it gives the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, because not only do you hear from all the people that have had success like financially, but you hear about stories where people have literally been flat broke, that they've been kicked out of their house, they've been in God knows how much debt, but they took a chance and they took an opportunity, and it's completely changed their lives. And Jerry Greenfield will be there, the wine whisperer, talking about like the wine, and there'll be like a full-on wine tasting there. I mean, I'm so glad that I went, put it that way, to Vegas. I really am so glad that I went, because I come back and I was so motivated to do what I needed to do. And that's the reason why I got on calls while I was away as well. Tara said to me that you can't go away for 3 weeks and not do anything. So I've got the full support of her, which is a massive help to me. But it's, as I said, you do what you need to do for you. If it takes you a month, it takes you a month. If it takes you a year, it takes you a year. But just don't quit, because this will become the biggest regret you'll ever make if you don't see it through. And that's me kind of giving you my word. So I know I've sidetracked a little bit, Zanny, from the question. But I do get excited sometimes.
I love it, because you pass that excitement on to us, and I feel that that's what we need as well. Like we need that little like kick up the butt and just get excited. And I know that that's what Mel and I are going to bring back from New York, is so much excitement. And I think we're just going to fire up the whole team. There'll be lots of lives. Hopefully we'll get to meet lots of cool people. Paul will be there, and I will get a photo with Paul. But definitely with Ben, and obviously Shire. It's just going to be ridiculous. I can't even deal. Yes, Stoya. Go ahead, Stoya.
Hi, Paul. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey, I just wanted to say the other night, Frida called me. Carrick.
Yep.
And I just want to say it just meant a lot to me, and made me really excited. And we had a really good conversation. And I mean, I know we don't have our wine here, and we're just, we're just building a business. So I said to Frida, I'm here to stay. And just receiving that phone call from Frida just meant a lot for me. It just sealed it. Like, it was nice. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen like teamwork like what we've got here. I really haven't. And it's very, very special. It's extremely special. And to have that support from, as I said, it doesn't matter whether you're up line, cross line, down line, or, I mean, PJ sent me a message while I was away. He's the only one that I haven't really spoken to too much. And he sent me a message and he said to me, look, I need to get on a phone call with you. I want to work with you. I want to build it with you. I want you to be the face of the UK. And I read it and I was literally blown away. So now I've got him, like working with him. I've got a great friendship with David. I've got a very good relationship with Kevin. And I just look at this and it's just like, I'm just like little old me. It's I'm not a professional. I don't do this full time. I'm just passionate about helping other people. But the fact that we've got a company that's willing to go way above and beyond what they're really meant to be doing, the fact they've got like a huge convention coming up next weekend, but they still all take the time to get on a call or to send a message to someone in that organisation. I mean, I'm looking at the time at the moment, but one thing that I want you guys to go away with tonight is to think about the population of Australia. Think how many people are in your country right now. Then think about how many people, or the percentage of people that drink wine. Then think about how many people are currently involved with this company from Australia. It blows your mind. And, even in the UK at the moment, it's, to be involved in the first like 5,000, 10,000 people in a company, in a country, is huge. I think I was in the first 10 to get involved with the UK, but previous company, there was 3.5 million people involved with this and it was still successful. So that's something that you've really got to hold on to and grab hold of, is the fact that you guys are in the first 100 people to be involved in what will be the biggest wine club in the world this time in 12 months' time, that will be open in Australia and is only going to just grow and grow and grow and grow. So, like I said, please reach out to me if I can help anyone. And I know, like I've mentioned it before, but don't think that I'm just saying it and I'm too busy to answer it. I'll answer to anyone. I'll help anyone. So please, if I can do any, as I said, like one-to-one Zoom calls, if you want me to do any like group Zoom calls, then I'm here to help. So, has anyone got any other questions? Or does anyone want me to run through anything else?
I can just see everyone smile. Like as you were talking, I just saw everyone's faces just light up, and you could just see like this excitement and this fire just get lit in them. And I was just like, oh, hurry up already. Like, you know, I think Paul and I had it was on a message or a comment or something the other day. I'm like, oh, you know, there's already 80 in our downline. It's so exciting. And he's like, yeah, this time next year. I'm like, yeah, there'll be 1,000. It's like, well, you know, all of you will have 100, 200, 300 in your downline. And that is absolutely, I mean, if you don't want that, that's fine as well. You don't have to have that. But it'll probably just happen organically on its own. And it is just so exciting. You know, we're going to be in that room, Mel and I, on the weekend. There's 2 little Aussies in the room. But this time next year, oh my goodness, I know each and every one of you will be in New York or Vegas or wherever the next big event is going to be. And people are going to be looking up to us, just like they look up to Paul and Crystal and Sho, because they've done what the US haven't done. Like, you might have these awesome rock stars over in the US who are signing up all these people, blah, 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 but they haven't done it without wine. You know, that we're really pushing it, and it's harder for us, and we're absolutely going to appreciate this business more, just like, you know, the people in the UK are. And I just feel like it's our little baby. I don't know, like, that's probably how, like, I'm with Paul. Like, this is 100% where I want to be. And the reason, and I've said this to you guys, is the leadership. It is the support. You know, like just seeing Stoya's face, like she messaged me, oh my gosh, Frida just called me. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Like, that doesn't happen anywhere else. You know, I know a lot of us have been involved with other companies and stuff in the past. That doesn't happen. And the level, you know, I was excited today. I got a message from Peter Jensen and said, you are on fire. I'm like, it's like, Paul, I got a message from Peter. He got to know who I am. He already does. I was like, I haven't even replied yet because I was so busy. I was at a baby shower and I'm like, ah. But that's like, he's going to know every single one of you guys personally by name and be like, oh my God, who the hell is this Danny girl? Who is this Jeanette girl? Who's Sylvia? Like, what are they doing? I'm like, I don't know. They're just like Australians. We're just awesome. So let's put Australia on the map. You know, like before they launch, one, we want to have more master sellers than the UK did, because we've got to do everything better than. Look, I'm competitive. I think Christy and I said we want at least 20, and that's double what the UK did before they launched. We're down to 2. Come on, guys. Use that. If you're a competitive person, use that as your fire to keep going.
Some of us aren't too far away, Leisha.
I know Stoya's super close, Jess is super close, Mitzi's super close. Like, oh my goodness. And like, use this month, like October, we've got an incredible incentive. Like, just, you know, work on those first 3. You know, some of you might be going, oh my gosh, 10, that's just whoa. If you can even just get those 3 and get that extra $100, that is massive. Because 3 people in a month, that's huge. That's a really awesome deal, I feel, in the network marketing industry. And Paul probably agrees, like signing up 3 distributors into your team in a month, that's huge. I think it is.
Yeah. I would, you know, even breaking that down further, go for 1.
Yeah.
By the end of October, everybody aim for 1. Because once you've got that 1, aim for another 1. Never think about, I need 9. Because 9 is a massive, massive number in network marketing. So always aim for 1. And you said, get the person in, look after them, get them plugged into the system, get them on a 3-way call, get them on an opportunity call, get them fired up, help that one person get their 1. Then you go and find your second 1. You get that person fired up. Then you go and find your third one, get that person fired up, help them get their one. So never ever worry about needing to get 9. Always focus on one. Help one that gets one, help one that gets one, help one that gets one. Because then that way, it breaks down your fear because you're looking for that one person. And everyone knows one person that needs help, needs more money, wants more money, likes drinking wine, is looking for a business opportunity, that's got an entrepreneurial side to them. And again, like I said on the previous call, like a couple of months ago, if we duplicate that every single month and every single person goes for one, then where are we now? October, November, December. By June of next year, at the latest, every single person on this call, minimum, will be a master seller. And that's just by getting one new person per month. So set your goals, set your targets, set out to what you need to do and what you're going to do. Like, as I said, use myself, use Alicia, use Christy, use the other guys, use your uplines, plug into the system. But that is the target. Aim for one new person by the end of the month. Show your excitement. Share your story. Share who you are, and let's make October like the month to be in business, because Christmas is fast approaching, and we can all go into Christmas having like fire in our bellies, basically.
Absolutely, I'm excited. So while I'm away, obviously I will, wherever I have Wi-Fi access, I will be able to be in contact with, obviously, time zone differences. Christy's around, Paul's around, Crystal's around. Like, it doesn't mean that we're, don't stop working. Like, this is the week to be fired up. Use the fact that Mel and I are in New York. Like, use that. And our leaders, we've got 2 people representing Australia right now over in New York. Use that, because people will be like, what do you mean they're the only Australians? Like, how big is it? Well, it's not that big yet. You've got to be a part of it now. So yeah, like this is, I don't even think we're at the work. This isn't even how, oh my gosh, I can't even deal. Can't even talk. I'm too tired. Paul, thank you. I feel like my computer's about to restart itself, so I'm going to end the call. But thank you. I know the team absolutely love you to bits. So
I'm here to help. As I said, I'm here to help. I'll be on the call tomorrow as well.
Thank you. Awesome. Christy, I don't know if I'll be able to get on it because I'll be out with my sister, but I'll try depending on what we're doing. But Christy is running the show while I'm away. So you guys are in better hands than what you would be if I was here. Because she's freaking rock star. But yeah, Paul is, guys, he's awesome. Like, he messaged me all the time, and he's awesome. I can't even deal with how lucky we are to have Crystal, Paul, and Sho just at our beck and call, basically. Like, they are freaking rock stars. So absolutely, please do not. 100, that he's not intimidating at all. No, but people get intimidated, like, oh my gosh, it's a leader. Like, don't, guys, he's normal. Message him, he's there, I'm here. And I think Paul and I have said this before, like, there's going to be leaders that you may not gel 100% with your personal outline. So find the person that you do gel with. Like, if you feel more comfortable asking Paul a certain question, then ask Paul that question. Or if you feel that's something that the team can use, then we'll use it on our team training, next time. So, thank you, Mr. Gillingham. We love you to bits. Can't wait to meet you on the weekend.
I am pushing for it, trust me.
I'm not pushy at all.
I want to be there. I need to be there.
I know you want to be, but you have just come back from a flaming huge honeymoon, that went forever. So we want to meet. I want to meet Miss Tara. I'm so excited just to meet these people that crack me up every morning in the Master Seller chat.
The more activity that we get from Australia will determine how long we stay in Australia when we come over. So I've said that before.
Ooh, that's a challenge right there.
Game on.
Then I guess you're never going home.
Yeah, exactly.
Part-time next year, depending on how this goes, could determine whether we stay for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months. I don't know.
So does that mean like whichever state does the most recruiting, like you'll spend more time in each of those? Are you going to like pan state against state? Is that what you're going to try and do?
I'm going to travel. So yeah, keep it.
As long as you come to Tasmania, it's really pretty here. It's like England. Just don't come in winter.
Hey, Melbourne, most popular city in the world. Come on.
I'm desperate to get out there.
Oh, you're going to love it. And you know what? We might just follow you around the country. We might just do it. We'll come with you, Paul and Tara. We'll just follow you.
Get one of those big tour buses and we'll travel the country.
Sounds
Priscilla Queen of the Desert.
As long as it's full of wine, we should be fine.
Hey, we'll get paid to do wine. Like, we'll do launches all around the country. It'd be super exciting. We'll get paid.
And come to Canberra. You've got to come to Canberra.
Oh.
Yeah, bus, all like direct sellers, sign writers, and just.
Surely PJ and Kevin will pay for it.
Oh.
You know what?
Paul, my good friend,
Hello.
Paul, my good friend in Sydney owns the best seafood Croatian restaurant in Sydney. So I'm taking you there to her, and I'm there, and I want you to talk to her. I've been talking to her and trying to get a hold of her to jump on one of the Zoom calls. But she owns the best seafood Croatian restaurant in Sydney on Oxford Street. Yeah, I know. I ring her every week. She's like, I'm so busy. I'm like, oh my God.
Busy people make the best promoters.
Yeah, definitely. I'll take you there.
Yeah, let's do it. So appreciate everyone jumping on.
Thank you.
It's Sunday night now, aren't you? Yeah.
It's Sunday night, so we'll see you tomorrow night.
I will be on tomorrow for the call, and as I said, if I can help in any way, shape or form, then reach out to me and let's make this happen.
Do it, guys. Use him. That's what he's there for. And please thank Tara for letting us have your time on a Sunday. We appreciate that. We love you, Tara. Oh, all right. Thanks, guys. I have recorded this, so I will pop it up really soon. Thank you again, Mr. Gillingham. I'll see you on the weekend. I'll see you guys from NYC.
Right. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.